All right, so this Thursday and Friday you're going to have both days to work on your writing, and it'll look like this. And then it happened, an epic tale made by you. So this is how it's going to work. There's going to be a couple of pages. So each page will show a scene, and you must make up a story to follow along with the pictures. Now, just because there's a different picture doesn't mean that you'll make up a new story. What you're doing is continuing the story. So you don't make a new story for each picture. Rather, you make one story with lots of twists and turns so it makes sense. Alright, happy Thursday. This week, both Thursday and Friday, we're going to be working on this. It's going to be a writing, and it's going to have multiple slides, so we're going to go ahead and go through those. So this is called And Then It Happened. It's an epic tale made by you. So this is how it's going to work. There's going to be multiple slides, and each page will show a scene, and you'll make up a story to follow along with the pictures. Now, just because there's a new picture doesn't mean that there is a new story. Rather, you just make one story with lots of twists and turns, so it should flow from one picture to the next, because it's one story, not a lot of mini ones. So it should make sense. So here's an example. So the first picture is a picture of the beach. So someone wrote, once there were two friends who loved the beach. They lived far away from the beach, though, so they didn't get to go often. All right, now we're going to go to the second picture, which is a picture of a movie theater. So it says, one day the friends went to the movies where there was a fun contest. Whoever scored a goal in the soccer net would win a trip to the beach. We can win this, said one friend to the other. So now we're going to picture 3, which is a picture of a soccer goal. It says the friends both lined up to try to get a goal. The first friend kicked the ball too high and missed. The second friend was nervous, but everyone in the audience was cheering him on. Then we go to number 4. Goal! The second friend makes the score, and the friends finally are able to visit their favorite place in the world. So this plane, they're on their way to their favorite place in the world. So now that that makes sense, you're going to look at this picture to start the story. Okay? So choose your opening. Either once upon a time, one day. This story is about. Remember to introduce your character and setting. Think of what the problem might be in the story. Now this picture is me, so I should be in your story, kind of like our last one about Among Us. So here's some computers. I don't know if I look like I'm creepy. Maybe I'm scared. Look at the picture and tell how the character got from here, from the first page. So how did I go from the computers to being here? So it says, what happens next? Look at the next picture in the story. How did your characters get there? What is going to happen? Remember, the pages are all connected to the whole story. Is your character finding out an answer to the problem? Now, you're going to be typing in each of these sections. You can't see that currently because I'm presenting the slides, so they're bigger and clearer for this video. But I need more than just one sentence per slide. You guys need to have a paragraph for each slide. You're making a big story altogether, not a few sentences to make a tiny story, okay? Next one. What is happening now? What is your character doing? How did they get here? Continue the story. This is still part of the same story as the first 2 pages. How did this happen? Why is this an interesting part of your story? What is happening now? What is your character doing? How did they get here? Look at the picture. How does this fit into your story? Have you found a solution to your problem yet? What about now? What is happening now? What is your character doing? And how did they get there? Continue your story. Remember, this is still a part of the same story as the first few pages. So how did this happen, and why is this an interesting part to your story? Again, what is happening? What's your character doing, and how did they get there? Yet again, please continue your story. It is a continuous story. It should flow from one page to the next. And then what is happening now and how did we get here? What happens to make this story end? And were the problems solved? Let me know. I look forward to reading what you guys come up with. And because you have 2 days to complete this assignment, I expect there to be full paragraphs on each slide. And I want you guys to pay extra close attention to your grammar. Bye guys, have a wonderful weekend.